Hi guys, thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new here, my name is Unifred and I create crochet content tutorials. So today I'll be showing you how to make this cute coaster. This is a cat and this is a bear. So I hope you like, comment, share and subscribe. And let's get right into the video. For this project, we'll be using leftover milk cotton yarn. You can use any yarn of your choice. This yarn is a 5-ply yarn and I'll be doubling my strands. You also be needing a 4mm crochet hook and a 6mm crochet hook. I'll be starting with a 6mm crochet hook. So to start, go ahead and make a slip knot and chain up 17. So once you have your 17 chain, skip the first chain until the second chain, go in there with a single crochet. The time you make your first single crochet, grab a stitch marker and mark that side. And we are going to be increasing. So into that same stage, go in there with another single crochet. So we just increase and go ahead and make 14 single crochets into the next stitches. So this is 1, 2, 3. So go ahead and make 14 single crochets. So I'm done with my 14 single crochets and I'm left with the last stitch. For the last stitch, we're going to go in there with 3 single crochets. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Try to go into the last one with 3 single crochets. You're going to go down here with 14 single crochets again. I'll be weaving this in. So this is the next stitch. So go ahead and make 14 single crochets. So I have my second batch of 14 single crochets and then I have one last stitch over here. Go ahead and make a single crochet into that last stitch. So you make that single crochet, remove your stitch marker and join with a slip stitch. When you join with a slip stitch, chain up 1 and then place your stitch marker in the chain 1. So for row 2, into the first stitch, we are going to go in there with a single crochet and go in there with another single crochet as well. And into the next stitch, you do the same. You increase. So you increase for the first stitch and the second stitch. And go ahead and make 14 single crochets. So I'll meet you when you have 14 single crochets. So I'm back and I have 14 single crochets and I'm going to be increasing for 3 times. So into the next stitch, go ahead and make 2 single crochets into the same space. This is the first increase. I'm increasing 3 times. Second increase. Increase is basically putting 2 single crochets into the same space. So this is our second increase, and then for the third increase, I'm going to do the same thing. So after you're done increasing for 3 times, go ahead and make 14 single crochets. So I'm at the end of row 2 and then I have a last stitch in here that I'm going to increase. So notice we increased 2 times at the beginning and we increased 3 times here. So this last increase is supposed to add up to making it we increase 3 times here and 3 times here. That's the idea. So I'm going to be increasing. So 1 and 2, and then I left the one last stitch here. Ignore it. Remove your stitch marker. Go into the chain 1 space with a slip stitch. Chain up 1 and place your stitch marker on the chain 1 again. So for row 3, in that very first chain, you're going to go in there with 1 single crochet. So you make 1 single crochet, and in the next stitch you increase 1, 2, and then you repeat that again. Into the next stitch, go in there with 1 single crochet and then increase 1 and 2. So we did 1 single crochet and increased for 2 times. Now we're going to be making 14 single crochets. So go ahead and make 14 single crochets. Now meet you when you're done with your 14 single crochets. So I'm done with my 14 single crochets. Now you're going to repeat the pattern for row 3. You're going to increase. We're going to repeat about 3 times. Increase, and then to the next stitch. So we are going to make 1 single crochet. Into the next stitch, you increase 1 and 2. Then repeat that 2 times. Make 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and into the next stitch you increase. And now you do that for the last time. Make 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and in the next stitch you increase. So after you're done, go ahead and make 14 single crochets. So I have 14 single crochets. After your 14 single crochets, to the next stitch make a single crochet, and in the next you increase. Didn't do that well. So once you're done with row 3, move your stitch marker and set it into the chain 1 space, join with a slip stitch. That chain is very tight, so you have to be careful. So you chain up 1 and place your stitch marker. That stitch was very tight. So for row 4, after you chain your 1, you make 1 single crochet into that first stitch, make another single crochet, and then you increase in the third stitch. And you repeat that 1 more time. Make 2 single crochets into the next 2 stitches, and in the third you increase. So after that, go ahead and make 14 single crochets. I'm going to have 14 single crochets. So I have 14 single crochets, and we are going to be repeating the pattern we started with. So go ahead and make 2 single crochets. So we are repeating this for 3 times. After I make 2 single crochets, increase in the third stitch. So this is the first set. Go ahead and do that again, and then increase. So for the last time, 2 single crochets, and then an increase. So after you're done with your increase, go ahead and make 14 single crochets. So I have my 14 single crochets, and we are going to do the pattern for the last time. So make 2 single crochets, and then you increase. So after increase, you've noticed we always ignore this. So remove your stitch marker, go into that chain 1 space, and make a slip stitch. Chain 1 and place your marker back. So for row 5, I'm guessing you've gotten the pattern by now. For row 5, you're going to be making 3 single crochets and we increase. So this is the third one. I'm going to increase 1 and 2. Then repeat that 1, 2, 3. Then you increase. After you increase, make 14 single crochets. I'll meet you when you're done with your 14 single crochets. So I have 14 single crochets, and I'm going to be repeating the pattern for 3 times. So make 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and in the fourth stitch you increase. So for the second time, I have 3 single crochets. I'm going to be increasing. So I've done the pattern twice. I'm going to do it for the last time. Make 3 single crochets, and I'm going to increase. So now go ahead and make 14 single crochets. So I'm going to write down your 14 single crochets. So I'm at the end of row 5, and I'm going to do that pattern for one last time. Make 3 single crochets, and in the fourth increase. So go ahead and remove your stitch marker, and then join with a slip stitch at the chain 1 space. Place your stitch marker touching the one, and for row 6 there's no increase, just go into every stitch with 1 single crochet. So go all the way around with 1 single crochet. You have 58 rows in total, 58 stitches in total, sorry. I'm meet at the end of row 6, then we do the ear for row 7. So I'm at the end of row 6, and I have 58 stitches in total. So go ahead and remove your stitch marker and join with a slip stitch. So for row 7, chain 1 and chain and make 40 single crochets. So go ahead and make 40 single crochets, and I'll meet you when you have 40 single crochets. You're going to be working on the ears. So I have 40 single crochets, and my yarn got finished, so I attached new yarn. So I'll be weaving that in as I go. So for the ear for row 41, you're going to go into the stitch with a double crochet. So after you go in there with a double crochet, yarn over twice, it is a triple crochet into the same stitch. You're going to go in there and repeat that 2 more times. So that's 1. This is the second one. You're making 3 in total. Then the third one. We are doing everything into the same stitch. And now make a double crochet again into the same stitch. So that's it for the ear. And now you're going to slip stitch 12 times in the next 12 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And now you're going to repeat the same thing we did for the ear over here. Make 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Make 3 treble crochets, so yarn over twice. So I've done 2 treble crochets. I'm going to do the last one, which is the third one, all in the same stitch. And now I'm going to go into the same stitch again with a double crochet. So now left with 4 stitches. I'm going to go into the remaining 4 stitches with a single crochet. So when you're done into the chain one space, you're going to go in there, join with a slip stitch, chain one, and cut off your yarn. So I'll show you how to do the cat ear pretty soon. You also can weave in your ends. So for the cat ear, you do everything the same instruction. The only difference is the ears. So after you have your 40 chains for row 7, you're going to make a double crochet into the next stitch, and then yarn over twice and make a treble crochet. So after you make a treble crochet, chain up 2, make sure the first chain is loose, second chain, remove your hook from the loop, insert your hook into the back loop of this first chain, and then insert your hook back into the loop and pull through it. I didn't insert my hook into the loop, well, that's why. So after I pull through it, go ahead and yarn over twice and make a treble crochet into that same stitch again, and now you make a double crochet into the same stitch again, and now you have a pointy ear. Now you have 12 stitches left. Go ahead and make 12 slip stitches in the next 12 stitches before the next ear. So I have 12 slip stitches. So next stitch, go in there with a double crochet, yarn over twice and make a triple crochet, chain up 2, remove your hook, insert your hook into the back loop of the first chain, and then you pull the upper loop through that. Go ahead and make another triple crochet into the same space, and now you make a double crochet into that very same space again, and now you're left with 4 stitches. So go in there with 4 single crochets, and after slip stitch into the chain 1 space, chain 1, and you cut off your yarn. So these are the cat ears. Just pull up your popcorn stitch so that the cat ears stand out. So now you're going to be working on the eyes and the nose. So I don't know whether I'll be gluing the eyes to it yet or the nose. So this is the nose. I'm going to show you how to make the nose in a second. So for the eyes and the nose, I'll be using a 4mm crochet hook. So go ahead and stitch a 4mm crochet hook. I'm using leftover black yarn and leftover white yarn. So we're going to start with the nose. So you grab your yarn and you need a darning needle. So let me put that aside so that doesn't blur out the background. So after you have your yarn, make a slip knot and chain up 3. Yarn over and into the last stitch from the hook, go ahead and make a double crochet. So that's 1 double crochet. Go ahead and make 12 double crochets in total. So that's 1, 2, so I have 12 double crochets into the first double crochet. Go ahead and join with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then you cut off your yarn. So I'm going to grab a smaller hook and just pull the yarn through from the back. I'm going to cut this because I'll use my glue gun to glue the edge, so this will not come off. And I'm going to thread my darning needle and I'll be back. So for the nose, I'm going to double my black strand, but for the eyes, I didn't double the black strand. So you're going to take your nose, and where you join your slip stitch, you're going to insert the darning needle through, and then make sure you have enough allowance. And you're going to put it through the hole. So that's your first marking, and then at the side, you come to the side here, and then you pass the darning needle through the hole again, and then you come to the other side here. Just check where you want your nose to be and put it through the hole. Now you have the nose. So you can cut off your yarn at this point, and I'm going to tie a knot. Not too tight because I said I'm going to use my hot glue gun to glue it, because weaving these things will be a little bit of a stress. Not of stress. So for the eyes, I'm going to demonstrate one eye and do the other eye off camera. So you grab your white yarn again, still using a 4mm crochet hook. You're going to make a magic ring. So when you hold your yarn like this, twist, insert your hook, pull through, chain up one. So after you chain up one, go ahead and make 6 single crochets. So this is one. I'm going to place my stitch mark on the first single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So after I have 6 single crochets, just pull the excess yarn through, remove your stitch marker, and join with a slip stitch. After I join with a slip stitch, that very same space, go in there with 2 single crochets. 1 and 2, and into every stitch go in there with 2 single crochets, and you should have 12 single crochets in total. So that's 2, 3, so after you join slip stitch with the first stitch, chain up one and cut off your yarn, pull through. Again, grab a smaller hook and put this to the back. So for the eyes, because this yarn is very small and tiny, I didn't want to start with a black yarn and go over with a white yarn. You can do yours like that, or grab your black yarn again, a generous amount, cut it. For this one, we are not going to be doubling our yarn. Grab your darning needle, insert it in, and now you're going to sew the black eyes so carefully. So I'm going to pass my yarn in here. If you have a tinier darning needle, you can use that because this creates a lot of holes, and so it'll be a generous amount at the back, and then you go into this star to this place. go in there. So basically you're sewing very lightly. Don't put too deep. Insert your hook back into the hole. Insert your hook right by it to make sure it covers the next white space. And then you repeat that. Enough. You can stop there. So I have my eyes and I have this cotton yarn to make, so I have this wool to make the nose a little bit 3D. This part is optional. You can decide to also sew the nose or the eyes. I'm still figuring out how, but I'm going to be using my glue gun to be gluing the loose ends together. So go ahead and place them the way you want them to look. Like I said, you can equally sew. Just grab this thing, black yarn, and sew in the middle through here. I think I'll be sewing so the glue doesn't come off. So for the eye, you can sew right through the middle, but first I'm going to grab my glasses and see how it's supposed to be. The eyes are supposed to be close by each other. So for the eyes, I'm just going to sew through the black eyes like that. So you can use black yarn, whatever yarn you want. I'll still add glue to give it a firm grip, so you can just go ahead and then sew in the same hole again. I want to give the eyes a 3D effect, so that's why I'm not going to sew from the white side. I think the eye is firm enough, and I'll glue the rest. If you don't have a glue, just go ahead and sew it well. You can also use white yarn to sew the white edges, so it really depends on what you want. I think this is enough. Tie firmly and cut off your yarn. So I'm just going to glue the side. So which one did I pick for the second one? I think this one, because these ones are slightly smaller. So I'm going to place the glasses there again to see how I did it. So I'm going to be sewing here. I think this yarn is short, so I'm going to grab a new set, a new one. So for the nose, I want to place it a little bit here. Again, trying this. So I'm going to grab my white yarn. So I'm done, and I decided to add a whiskers in the end, and this is what I have. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.